can't get around it. You just can't get around it. And I said at the open of the show, I find it funny that when you buy eggs in the grocery store that are delicate, they come in this little styrofoam container. But batteries come in a package that you need a chainsaw to open. They're constantly having to be replaced, and everything in our life is now battery operated. The importance of the smoke detector, the carbon monoxide detector. All right, the importance of the remote control. When the batteries go in the remote control, I personally will steal batteries out of anything to make that thing work again. Did you know those batteries that you pay for, use, and throw away, they are rechargeable? You just didn't know it. Who did know it was Popular Mechanics, one of the most popular magazines in American history. They manufacture a battery charger for disposable batteries. Here's the fun. When you buy like a lawn or garden piece of equipment that's battery operated, do you know what the most expensive part of that equipment is? The battery. That's why lawn and garden tools usually start at $100 and go up. But now I can charge all those batteries that we know, whether they're D cells, whether I happen to have double A's because we don't use C cells and we don't use a whole bunch of 9 volts here. But they'll charge and they'll work. Kylie Watts is an innovative woman, an entrepreneur who's been bringing us great items that save us frustration. They make our lives simpler. I love this. They also save us money. Kylie, welcome to the program. Good morning to you. How are you?
Thanks so much, Dan. Thanks for having me. Yeah, you talk about a must-have for every single household that for sure is going to save you money. It's this right here, because every single household uses and needs batteries. And as you said, manufacturers want us to think that these disposable batteries that we use have to be thrown away once they start to lose power. But Popular Mechanics has figured out a way for you to be able to recharge them over and over again. The device is incredibly smart. It knows the type and the chemistry of whatever battery it is that you put in, like you said,
Yep.
double A's, triple A's, D cells, D cells, even the 9 volts, and there's a built-in tester. So you have everything you need in one. You plug it in. The first spot is your tester, but that will also double as a space to use. And I'll show you when we put this in, watch what happens. The lights go all the way up to green right here. You can see because that battery is brand new. When it starts to flash, that's when it's recharging, and when it turns solid, then it's ready to go. But there are 2 parts to this pack out that you're getting. You're gonna get the recharger, but you're also gonna get these converters, which are awesome. If you look closely at them, there's 2 that look like D cell batteries and 2 that look like C cell batteries. And what you're gonna be able to do is literally put a AA battery inside, close them up, and you've turned this converter into a D cell battery, which means when that Luminara candle starts to flicker, that's the perfect time for you to recharge those batteries. So put them inside the recharger, but if you still want to use that candle, you can do so with all the technology we know from Popular Mechanics.
Because here's the rule. Listen, this is just life. Whatever battery goes dead in your home, you have 72 of a different size in the junk drawer, but none of the battery that you need. That's just the way it works. So this really is a must-have. And I love being able to bring to you items that will pay you back in the long run. By the way, the fact that we are throwing billions, that's with a B, billions of batteries in landfills every year, when they are actually rechargeable, but it takes a really smart piece of equipment. So you've got a space here for all your favorites. Okay? There's these little levers that'll work for a AA battery, the smaller ones, the triple A's, a C cell battery, all up to the big guy, and then over here in the corner, see the little nubs? Those are the 9 volt batteries. Those will charge in as well. So now you've got the capability of being able to, first of all, tell if a battery is working or not. Second of all, be able to regas it, so to speak, and your investment now just paid for itself in a matter of a few months. How many batteries do you go through in a year? I'd say most average people, quite a few.
Right, Dan. And batteries are super expensive. And you're seeing the gal right there in the video, how she was banging that remote control on her hand. That is the perfect. Of course, that is the perfect time for you to recharge your batteries, because if you were to put them in this, you would probably find that they had about 20% of their juice left. So when the smoke detector is chirping, when the remote control needs for you to bang on it, when your flameless candles maybe are looking a little bit dull, that is when you want to recharge. You never want to wait till they're completely depleted down,
Yep.
but you're seeing that 9-volt right there, which is your smoke detector battery. So super important that you always have them on hand and that they're working and that you can test them. And when we come back to you, I do want to point out yours, because the way you have it in, you'll see on your third slot that it's not blinking at all. That is because that battery is actually completely dead.
Okay.
So when you put a battery in there and nothing happens, that's when it's time for it to be disposed of properly. But you will find, Dan, that you can recharge these over and over and over again, almost to brand new, multiple times, and all it takes is a few hours. So, put it in, overnight, let it charge up. Because of the smart technology inside, it's not going to overcharge. Like we said, it automatically knows the type and chemistry of the battery that you put in. It knows how to charge them up. And that's what you would expect from Popular Mechanics. They have been an authority on the way the world works for well over 100 years. We often talk about their publication back when we were kids, reading about all the cool stuff. So to get their seal of approval on this means it's going to work well for you, and it's definitely going to save you money because you're not throwing away batteries unnecessarily.
I told Kylie this in the conversation. The very first patent that I ever had for an invention, I advertised in the back few pages of Popular Mechanics when I was 12. I've had a subscription to Popular Mechanics since I was a baby, since I was 12 years of age. People are calling in, they're asking a simple question, and I'll give you an even simpler answer. What type of batteries will it work on? And they're not just talking about sizes. It works on AAA, AA, C cell, D cell, 9-volt. What they're asking is there are several different types of batteries. I could have two similar sized batteries, but they're different. One might be an acid cell. Another one could be nickel hydride. There's several different ways for batteries to do what they do. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. This thing is smart enough to know what's inside the battery and will charge it accordingly. And I agree with you. When you start smacking the remote control, that's when you want to go ahead and charge them up. Or when the toy starts to wane. Because if you do drain a battery all the way, that's when you hear the term dead battery. So if you can recycle these 4, 5, 6 times, you just saved yourself the purchase price of the entire battery recharger. Kylie, that's like putting money back in your pocket.
Oh, for sure. And let's not forget about the converters that we're getting here as well. So say you are recharging those D-cell batteries like I'm doing right here that were in this Luminara candle. I was able to put those AA batteries inside and say I'm having people over or I want to use my flameless candle. You can see this is still going strong. It's actually lighter because it has AA instead of those D-cell batteries in here. So when these are done charging up, they'll turn solid. I'll be able to put them back in, and then I can take the AAs out of my converters and recharge them back up too. So it's a great cycle that you're doing, much better for the environment as well. And it's easy, Dan. You can see on yours right there, some of them have turned solid. That means that they're fully charged back up, ready to go, almost like brand new, and you use them over and over again. That's why this product, I think, has been so popular, because every household has batteries and we all throw them away. We think that they're dead, but they actually have a lot of life that we can breathe into them.
I also think it's a preventative measure. Listen, we're in the hurricane season. That starts June 1st. I'm from the Midwest. That's tornado season. We live where we live. Kylie, you have power outages at least once every few months, just like I do. So having batteries fully charged, standing by, ready to go, that's just good common sense. We've had several hundred of these that have been purchased again this morning. That sale price is going away. So we have it for less than $60. Kylie, thank you. Allie and I both say how much we appreciate you bringing great items to our program.
Thanks so much, Dan. See you soon.
Thank you. All right, this next item that I get to present, it's another must-have. This is pretty stinking cool.